Hello, movie lovers, and welcome to The Real Movie Buff, where you can watch a movie as I give a commentary on the film. Scene by scene, I'll explain my favorite aspects of it, and state a few things I would have done differently. Today is a true classic and one of the most quoted and beloved films of all time, The Princess Bride. Inconceivable! So let's have fun storming the castle. As we hear the sound of a sick boy coughing, the film opens with the boy playing a baseball game in his bedroom on his Commodore 64. People forget that the boy, played by Fred Savage, is known only as the grandson and is never given a first or last name, and he spends his entire screen time in his bedroom. In 1986, a year before this film came out, the young actor was in a TV movie episode of The Mouse and the Motorcycle. The Princess Bride was screened for President Ronald Reagan at Camp David. The grandson's mother is played by the actress Bessie Brantley and comes to announce that her son's grandfather has come to visit.
Hey, how's the city?
The grandfather's entrance always reminds me of the Seinfeld character of Cosmo Kramer and how he always entered the room.
And this is a special book. It was the book my father used to read to me when I was sick.
The grandfather, played by Peter Falk, has come to read his grandson a story. He reveals that this special book is a story that has been passed down from father to son, and now he will read it to his grandson.
Are you kidding? Fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, monsters.
I love that the grandfather acknowledges that there are sports in the book, but they're medieval sports, like fencing.
Buttercup was raised on a small farm in the country of Florida. Our favorite pastimes were riding a horse.
To be honest, I would not have thought to name the main love interest of the story Buttercup, but that's just me.
Polish my horse's saddle. I want to see my face shining in it by morning.
As you wish.
And now we literally jump into the story of The Princess Bride, and we meet Buttercup, played by Wright, in her first film appearance, and the main hero of the story, a farm boy named Wesley, masterfully played by Cary Elwes.
Please.
As you wish.
The writer of the book, William Goldman, has said that Carrie Fisher was the ideal choice to play Buttercup. Uma Thurman auditioned for the role, but didn't get it. Robin Wright was actually the last actress to audition for the role. Cary Elwes was cast as Wesley because director Rob Reiner said that he had a Earl Finn quality. At different points, both Paul Rudd and Christopher Reeve both wanted to play Wesley. As You Wish has become one of the most quoted movie lines ever.
What is this? Are you trying to trick me? And where's the sports? Is this a kissing book?
I love how the movie goes back and forth between the grandfather and grandson in the events of the book. Keep your shirt on and let me read.
Hear this now. I will always come for you.
His ship was attacked by the dread pirate Roberts, who never left captives alive.
Before he leaves the farm, Wesley promises that he will return for Buttercup, but sometime later she learns that he was killed by the dread pirate Roberts.
I shall marry a lady who was once a commoner like yourselves.
And now we cut to 5 years later, and we learn that Buttercup is to be wed to the spineless Prince Humperdinck, played by Chris Sarandon. Sting auditioned for the role of Prince Humperdinck. Humperdinck's castle was actually built by William the Conqueror.
Despite Humperdinck's reassurance that she would grow to love him, the only joy she found was in a daily ride.
This shot is actually director Rob Reiner's least favorite shot in the film, due to the camera's lens flare, because it reminds the audience that they are watching a film, and disrupts the film's fairy tale illusion.
Is there a village nearby?
There is nothing nearby. Not for miles.
And now we are introduced to the three new characters of Inigo Montoya, Fezzik the Giant, and their leader, Vicini, who kidnapped Buttercup.
When he finds her body dead on the Gilder frontier, his suspicions will be totally confirmed.
All three of these actors were perfect for their roles. Not only is Inigo Montoya, played by Mandy Patinkin, my personal favorite character in the film, but Wallace Shawn, who plays Vicini, is one of the most hilarious movie characters ever.
Am I going mad? Or did the word think escape your lips?
Liam Neeson auditioned for Fezzik, but was deemed too short even though he is 6'4".
And you! Friendless, brainless, helpless, hopeless!
Vicini has so many good lines in this film.
No more rhymes now, I mean it!
Anybody want a peanut?
Yeah!
I love how the two of them enjoy making Vicini mad. Christopher Guest wanted to shake Andre's hand every day so that he could marvel at how his hand would disappear inside Andre's giant hand.
Sorry, son. Suddenly, I just happened to look behind us and something is there.
Inigo now discovers that they are being followed.
She was frightened, the ears started to charge her, and then...
I like how Fezzik saves Buttercup here by simply punching the shrinking eel.
Whoever he is, he's too late! See?
And now they have arrived at the Cliffs of Insanity.
Inconceivable.
And that is one of the most quoted lines from the film. Wallace Shawn actually hated the word inconceivable.
You were supposed to be this colossus. You were this great legendary thing, and yet he gains.
I think it's totally unfair how Vicini complains about Fezzik not climbing fast enough, when Fezzik has to carry himself, plus all the other characters with him. As I said, this film has so many quotable lines.
Did I make it clear that your job is at stake?
Fun fact, the cliffs in Ireland that they used to film this scene are the same cliffs that Lucasfilm used for a scene in Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
If you're in such a hurry, you could lower a rope or a tree branch or find something useful to do.
I love the banter between Inigo and the Masked Man.
I do not mean to pry, but you don't by any chance happen to have 6 fingers on your right hand?
And now Inigo is stalling so Vicini can get further away with the captive Buttercup, and reveals that he is hunting for the six-fingered man who killed his father over 20 years ago. And this is by far one of the most beautiful swords ever used on screen.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya.
And this line is perhaps the most quoted line from the entire film.
Why are you smiling?
Because I know something you don't know.
And what is that?
I am not offended.
This scene still holds up as one of the best sword duels in film history. And this flip by the Masked Man is awesome.
Inconceivable! Give her to me. Catch up with us quickly.
And now the Masked Man advances and must face Fezzik next.
You see, you use different moves when you're fighting. Alfred does it.
Fezzik wishes to have a fair fight, but this decision comes back to bite him as the Masked Man also defeats him.
Who won? How did it end?
The loser ran off alone.
Now we go back to where the duel took place and learn that Prince Humperdinck is hot on the trail of tracking down Buttercup. And we learn that Humperdinck is actually an expert tracker.
In that case, I challenge you to a battle of wits.
For the princess?
And now the Masked Man has only one test left, and that is the one with Vicini, which ends up being a test of wits.
Australia, and you must have suspected I would have known the powder's origin, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
This is definitely one of the best conversations in film history. You can tell that Wallace Shawn was on a roll in this scene.
What's so funny?
I'll tell you in a minute. First, let's drink.
This joke is hilarious.
Never go in against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
But Vicini ends up dead in the end.
I spent the last few years building up an immunity to iocane powder.
It's interesting that Buttercup does not recognize who the Masked Man really is. And the Man in Black reveals that he had poisoned both cups, so it didn't matter which one Vicini drank from, and that he is immune to the poison.
The dread pirate Roberts, admit it.
With pride. What can I do for you?
I like how the masked man goes along with Buttercup's belief that he's the dread pirate Roberts. His costume was modeled after the character of Zorro. And the masked man learns that Buttercup still has feelings for Wesley, even though he was declared dead.
As you wish.
And now Buttercup finally discovers that the masked man has been her long-lost love Wesley this whole time. Falling down this real Ireland hill had to leave a mark. But now the two are finally reunited after 5 years. The two actors naturally liked each other during filming, so they had very good chemistry together.
Kissing again. Do we have to hear the kissing part?
I like how the grandson is always against kissing and how Wesley calls Humperdinck your pink fiancé.
Ah, your pig fiancé is too late. No, I'm not saying I'd like to go to summer home here, but the trees are actually quite lovely.
And now Wesley guides Buttercup through the fire swamp to escape the prince.
I took on an entirely new crew, and he stayed aboard for a while as first mate. All the time calling me Roberts.
And he gets to explain how he survived the Dread Pirate Roberts. And actually, the Dread Pirate Roberts was a real person. The pirate Bartholomew Roberts existed in the early 18th century. I like how Wesley performs this dive into the quicksand to save Buttercup. The noises of the ROUS's came from director Rob Reiner, and he almost lost his voice. And now an ROUS attacks Wesley and wounds him. The ROUS's were little people in animal suits.
Once again, surrender.
Will not happen.
For the last time, surrender!
I like how Wesley is undisturbed by all the enemies around him.
If we surrender, and I return with you, will you promise not to hurt this man?
However, to keep him safe, Buttercup agrees to return with Humperdinck. And Christopher Guest kept his six-finger glove as a souvenir.
You have 6 fingers on your right hand. Someone was looking for you.
Cary Elwes told actor Christopher Guest to actually hit him on the head. And as a result, production was paused the next day as he was in the hospital. The actor that plays the albino never watches the film because he was allergic to the solution that they put in his eyes, and his makeup was so uncomfortable during filming.
Where am I?
The pit of despair. Don't even...
The Pit of Despair is not in the original book.
Boo! Boo! Rubbish! Filth! Slime!
When I first saw this film when I was a kid, this actress who plays the booing lady always freaked me out.
Didn't I tell you she'd never marry that rotten Humperdinck?
Yes, you're very smart. Shut up.
Both Robert Redford and Richard Lester both tried to direct this film at different points in their career, but it never worked out.
When the job went wrong, you went back to the beginning. Well, this is where we got the job.
Inigo Montoya is Mandy Patinkin's favorite role that he ever played, and I don't blame him. This role seems like it was a lot of fun.
Don't look so good.
And now he is reunited with Fezzik. Andre the Giant called everyone on set boss.
I need the man in black.
What?
And because of his career as a wrestler, he had severe back problems.
And when I say you are a coward, that is only because you are the slimiest weakling ever to crawl the earth.
And this is the scene where Buttercup decides to take a stand against Humperdinck and expose his true sinister nature.
Not to 50!
In response, he rushes to the Pit of Despair and kills Wesley. Or so he thinks.
I need you to guide my sword. Please.
This scene where Inigo asks his dead father for help was a bear to get through during filming due to all the airplanes coming and going from the Heathrow airport.
He is, huh? I'll take a look. Bring him in.
To revive Wesley, Inigo and Physic take him to see Miracle Max, iconically played by the hilarious Billy Crystal.
Usually only one thing that you can do.
What's that?
Go through his clothes and look for loose change.
During the shooting of this scene, both Rob Reiner and Cary Elwes had to leave the set from laughing and ruining the takes, so they had to use a dummy of Elwes to film some of the scene.
It's nice and lean, and the tomatoes are ripe. They're so perky. I love that.
Mandy Patinkin said his only injury while filming was a bruised rib from holding in laughter during this scene.
Pack witch!
I'm not a witch, I'm your wife! But after what you just said, I'm not even sure I want to be that anymore!
And Billy Crystal improvised most of his dialogue. The characters of Max and Valerie were named after William Goldman's parents.
Bye-bye, boys!
Have fun storming the castle!
Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle.
And here is yet another famous line. The budget for this film was $16 million.
What is there?
How did you get that?
At Miracle Max's.
I love the coincidence of how Physic pulls out exactly what they need to get into the castle. Now, most of the time, convenient coincidences in movies is just lazy writing, but here, for this type of movie, it just works perfectly.
Sorry?
Just like he's doing here, Andre the Giant would put his hand on Robin Wright's head to warm her when she got cold, since they were filming in England and Ireland. I think it's hysterical how the castle guards are being fooled by Physic in the wheelbarrow. Oh, and by the way, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wanted to play Physic, but his NBA schedule was too busy. Now is a good time to give a shout out to Phyllis Dalton, who was the film's head costume designer. Fantasy movies like this always have the best costumes.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
And now, Inigo gets to face his father's murderer and say the line that he's been waiting to say to him for over 20 years.
Victor!
Due to his size, when he was a kid, Andre was too large to ride the school bus as a kid and had to be driven to school by a friend.
Wesley! Oh, Wesley, darling!
This is the only kissing scene where the grandson does not interrupt his grandfather.
Stop saying that!
During this final fight, Mandy Patinkin imagined that he was fighting and finally defeating the cancer that had killed his real father in real life. I like how Count Rogan is slowly freaked out by Inigo's determination.
Anything you want.
I want my father back.
In the book, the Count's death was far more intense, for Inigo intended to cut his heart out, and the Count dies out of fright.
Drop your sword.
This to the pain speech is so good, but I love how Wesley suddenly drops the humor and stands up and raises a sword against the prince.
On a rose, Wesley and Buttercup knew they were safe. Way.
I also love how the main characters get to ride off into the sunset.
This one left them all behind.
Because they liked each other in real life, both Cary Elwes and Robin Wright didn't want filming to end, and during this kissing scene, their last scene, they both wanted to always do more takes.
As you wish.
And I love how the film ends with the grandson asking his grandfather if he can come over the next day and read the book to him again, and the grandfather replies with the line, "As you wish." I thought it was so cool that the movie screenplay was written by the writer of the original book, William Goldman. Thank you for watching The Princess Bride with me, The Real Movie Buff. If you enjoyed this inconceivable video, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again next time.